Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. My name is Fan and this is Sewing with Tay. I'm just going to do a quick video here on the hood for my hand knitted sweater hoodie, if you want to call it that. This is just a close-up of me finishing the hood. It's for my blog post, so this is just a very specific video for that. If you're new here, hand knitting has been a thing now that you guys really enjoy me giving you details on, so I'm trying to be as detailed as possible to give you guys the most information on potentially figuring out this blanket, sweater, hoodie situation. I am making a blog post on my website, the T.A.E Emporium. This video will be there. So I'm just going to get into how once I finish knitting the actual hood, how I finished it off, because I wanted that to be super clear. Here's my hood. It is 17 rows high. It is from the edge of the front panel to the other edge of the other front panel along the back neck. And we're going to cast off and then fold it in half and finish it off. I am going to cast off the edge of the hood just like you would at the hem of your garment, making a loop, pulling the second loop through the first loop and repeating. I just wanted to give you a visual that I did this the same way we've done in other videos of casting off. Make a loop and then pull the second loop through the first loop. Slow down just a little. So you're going to make a new loop, pull that new loop inside the previous one, new loop inside the previous one, new loop inside the previous one, and you're going to get this like braid effect. And then when you get to the end, we want to keep a little bit longer of a tail, and I probably did too much of a tail because it didn't take all of this and it was just really annoying to having to keep pulling it through, but that's what I did. So you want to pull it through and keep a long tail. So now that we have cast it off, we are going to begin the process of actually closing the hood up. So we're going to fold it in half, right sides together, and we're going to take that long tail we had and we are going to pull it in between the loops. So from the bottom layer to the top layer, we're going to pull it through that first row, pulling it kind of tight, but you don't want it to be too tight. And you see here what I mean when I say my string was way too long. I didn't need that much, but for whatever reason, I just chose not to cut it and continue to deal with it. But you want to pull a loop through the bottom, then through the top, and then you're going to pull your working yarn through. And yeah, this was mad annoying. So here we go. We're going to keep doing this up and down, or like over and under, pulling it through the like two loops right there on the end where the cast off happened, and we're going to pull the yarn through to stitch it together to close it up. So your hood will end up being like half of a rectangle, a shorter rectangle. So if your string is too long, you don't want to cut it, because I was afraid of running out. You can kind of fold your yarn in half and then pull the middle through. It's a little bit harder to pull, but the job still gets done. But we are going to continue to do this all the way till the end. And then once you get to the end, I know people just like to like tuck these in. I personally don't trust it. So I usually pick a yarn that's inconspicuous, kind of out the way, and I tie my working yarn in a knot um, over the yarn, just in case something happens and it decides it wants to come apart. So I tie it in a knot, and then I cut the yarn a little bit. There's me turning it into a knot. I cut the yarn a little bit short, and then I weaved it through. But that was all. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. But until next time, bye.